Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat again. We're going to do another Stampin' Up video. It's not a paper pumpkin this time. I used the Petal Promenade Series paper. Has all these super pretty, I don't know, kind of almost shabby chic or interesting papers like that, and they're really cool on the backs too. Anyway, and I also used the regular cardstock that goes with it, which I think is just that ivory color. I believe this is Petal Pink and the Moss color. And I'm sorry, I'm not great with the colors. I'm not a demonstrator, so but it's in the catalog with the Petal Promenade paper. And then I also used these, which I got a while back, and I threw away the little package that it came in, so I can't remember what they're called. They're like those little card packs that they have, and I think these are from last year, so I don't know that they even have these anymore, but if you have these at home, you could use these. If you don't, you can just use more of the Petal Promenade paper. Alright, so what we're going to do, I took apart one of these little envelopes, and I traced it on actually the Petal Promenade cardboard, but what I did is I measured my cards and figured out that I only needed it to be, let's measure this. This is 5 across and 6.5 the long way. So 5, 6.5, just this portion in here because we're going to put some cards in here. And then I ended up cutting off the bottom part that was down here and just making the flap up here. And you can just trace your flap edges, and so then when it folds up, it's like that. But I just traced it on some of the Petal Promenade paper, and I came out with this. So see, it's just the little envelope, and it fits. I have 4 cards in here that we're going to make. They're not made yet. But then I wanted to decorate the front, so I cut out one of the little frames from the Petal Promenade kit, these frames that they have, and I fussy cut the center part out of it. And then I turned another frame over that I had stamped on and made a mistake. So it's this kind of coppery paper. So if you look in here, you can see there's kind of that coppery paper underneath, and that's the other card that got kind of, I don't know, messed up. It just didn't come out the way I wanted it to. So that's that. And then I put a piece of lace that I got this lace the other day at Joann's, and it's kind of backed with satin. I just thought it was kind of pretty, and it's kind of that shabby chic thing. So I just put a strip of that and did the flag ends, and I slipped it under there because I put dimensionals on the corners right here. So it fits under there. And then Always Thinking of You, I used this, which is Beautiful Day. And I borrowed these stamps from my friend and demonstrator. So if any of you need a demonstrator and you're in the Boise, Idaho area, just comment below and I will get you in touch with my demonstrator. She's awesome. So anyway, this is the envelope. And we're going to make 4 cards. So bear with me because I got these ready this weekend and my computer died. So I didn't film, I wanted to wait to film this until I could upload it. So anyway. These are just regular like cream color envelopes, and I know Stampin' Up! Has all kinds of stuff like that. And then this is the coordinating cardstock, the moss color, and I just cut one of those into a rectangle, and we're just going to put that down. Some of these cards are very simple, and other ones, you know, have a few more things on them. And I just like this glue. You could use, you know, sticky dots, you could use Tombow, whatever you like is what you should use. And we're just going to stick that kind of centered on the card. I love this paper. It's so pretty. And then I took one of this. It's the same print, but on the back it's the marble. And I'm going to put dimensionals, and I have different dimensionals. I just got these at Joann's, but you can use the Stampin' Up! Ones too. That's what you have. And I took one of those cards that I was telling you about, that card kit, and it said, I stamped Happiest of Birthdays to You. And that comes from, sorry, I've got these all out of order. This kit, which is Picture Perfect Birthday. It's the Happiest of Birthdays to You. I just stamped that in the middle because this was a blank circle. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of that. This might be sort of a long video, and I apologize. I try to make them quick, but I really wanted to do 4 cards in this, and I think it would make a great gift. So that's just kind of what I was thinking. So it may be a little long. I'll try to keep moving along. And on this, I put some of that old seam binding lace. You can see it right here. And I just tacked it down with a glue dot and over the back with another glue dot. And it's super simple, just like a diagonal on the cut. And put that on the corner. And I know you can still get this. Mine is old, but I know you can still get that. Or if you have a ribbon or something that you like from Stampin' Up! That goes with this, that's great too. We're just going to put that on there. And I'm actually going to pop it up again, just to give it some interest and dimension. I really love this paper because I can make like Stampin' Up! Cards, or I can use this paper in my junk journals. And it just lends itself to both, and that's kind of nice for me because, you know, it's hard when you're doing multiple crafts to have everything. Well, it's hard when you're doing one craft to have everything, but anyway. So that's going to go right here. And this is just a simple, sorry about my shaky hands on this morning, drinking coffee. And I've decided it's just part of when I start doing these things, I get the shakes. So anyway, there's that, just a simple card. Okay, and that'll go with that envelope. And then I have another one ready to go. This one's a little bit more of that shabby chic look. Again, I used the green, that moss, and another plain envelope. And I took the pink paper and I ran it through my die cut in one of those embossing envelopes. And this one isn't Stampin' Up! I think I got this one at Joann. But just use whatever you have to make a nice, you know, design on there. And I'm going to pop this one up. They look so pretty with those embossing envelopes. Totally changes the look of the card, I think. And you can get them, you know, pretty reasonably. They're not too bad. So I hope everybody's having a great day. It's super hot here in the West. At least I'm not in Arizona, is all I can say. My niece is, and I feel for her all the time when these hot days are here. Okay, that's going to go on there. And on this one I stamped the Happy Day, and that's this Happy Wishes set. Just this happy and then the day. And so you could use this, I'm not going to stamp anything on the inside. You could use it for a birthday or, you know, anniversary or a wedding or whatever. And then I took a doily, it's like a full-size doily, and I just kind of folded it in half, and it's not quite in half, but you can see, and then fold it again the other direction. So it just kind of makes almost like a little stair step. That just makes the doily shorter so that it fits on the card like this and doesn't hang off these edges. So just a fold down the middle, and you're not going to notice it because it's gonna, the only part you're going to see is the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of that, and you just need a little in the middle. That way it kind of keeps its looseness or airy look if you don't glue down all the edges. Just press that down, and then I'm going to do some more dimensionals on this one. And I also scalloped the edges of this card. Sorry, I forgot to show you that part. These edges right here, I have a punch that does, I don't know if you can see it very well. Maybe it's better this way. It's just a little like scalloped edge on that. I have a punch, but use whatever you have, and you don't have to do, you could just corner around them or anything. You don't have to do them exactly like I'm doing, I'm just giving some ideas. Some fun, simple cards. So we have a birthday card, we have this one that says Happy Day. This could be for any happy day or a birthday too. I like to give these kind of gifts away to like people in my family and stuff that don't craft or don't have time to craft. That way they have some nice, you know, homemade things that they can give out. So there's that card, just kind of simple. It looks cute with the doily sticking up there. And an envelope. And then this is another one. So I did put part of this one together, and this time I just used the cream cardstock that comes with this set of paper that you can get order right from where the Petal Promenade paper is. And then this is one of those cards again. It says I love you on the back, but it has this pretty kind of purple paper. And if you have more of the plain Stampin' Up! Cardstocks, like maybe, I think this is like an eggplant color, you could just do a plain one back there if you don't have the card. And then this is that from the Petal Promenade again. And I just took 2 strips of Stampin' Up! Kind of that glittery black twine. I think I got this in that Broadway, was it June paper pumpkin? They had that. So I just used that. I wrapped it around this piece right here that I glued on, and I just stuck it down and then stuck it on the card. I wanted to do that because it's a little tedious and I didn't want everybody sitting here waiting for me to do that. So instead you get to sit and watch me put these on. I'm adding dimensionals again. Sorry, I probably should have done this part, but I wanted to stick it all in that envelope and just have it sitting, waiting until I could videotape again. And I'm so glad we got our computer working. It's always scary when they bite the dust. Oh my goodness, I apologize. Alright, so that is going to go this way, and it's popped up a little bit. Just center it on the card like that. And then this is another one of those cards from that kit. And so this would be tricky, because if you wanted this, well, hello there, you won't be able to have it unless you have the card. But there are so many great sayings in those stamps that you could easily come up with something cool. Like even one of these frames, if you stamped something in the middle, you could tuck it in the side like that. There's some that are just like the leaves and that type of stuff. Actually, I'm going to use these glue dots for this. Maybe. These are old ones that I've had for a while that I just need to use up. They're not Stampin' Up, but it's almost time for fair here. So we got kids getting ready for that, and it's always kind of crazy this time of the year, so I wanted to make sure I got this video in, because this weekend is going to be useless for any kind of videotaping or planning or anything. So luckily we don't have animals, we just have the fashion show because my daughter sews and my son bakes, so luckily we don't have to do animals because those poor people have to sit there in the heat. Alright, so I have that, and then I want to tuck this just a little bit under those. I left them loose, they're just taped on the back, and just kind of do it askew like that. Another little card and another envelope. Alright, and this is the last one. Sorry, I know this has kind of been long, but this time I took the pink paper, and it's got my Persian cat hair all over it, which seems to be the story for everything we own. And then I cut a different, these are like the kind of peachy and pink flowers, and I did that scalloped edge again on the paper with that punch, but just, you know, use what you have. You don't have to do it exactly like this. I am going to just use a little glue on this one. Oops. I don't know how I decide what I want to stick it down with. I just, it's kind of silly really. I thank everybody who's been watching my paper pumpkin videos. You guys are awesome and have had some nice comments, and I just appreciate it. If you have bad comments though, leave them, because if I'm doing something annoying, I'd rather know than not know. I took a piece of the moss and I cut a square, and this one is, help if I use the right side of the ruler here, 3.5 by 3.5, yeah, 3.5 by 3.5 inch square. And then I used that same embossing envelope, and again, if you don't have that one, don't worry about it. And then I just took a little piece of lace and I glued it down along the bottom edge, and that's it. Just wanted to get that one ready. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals. I think the dimensionals and things like that work best on this embossed paper because with all the grooves and everything, it just seems to work better than trying to glue them down. I don't know why, but it does. Alright, so that's just going to kind of go more up to the top, and the lace is going to hang, you know, closer down to the bottom. Oh, and I did, sorry, I clipped those edges too with that same punch. So you can kind of see there that they're not perfectly square, but you could just round them too, and that would be awesome. And then I took one of the wreaths and I just fussy cut the outside. I left a little border just so it looks right with the middle, and it says, "Here's to celebrating you," and that one is this one again. Oh no, this, I haven't used this one yet. This one's Perennial Birthday. Here's to celebrating you. So I'm going to put that right there. And again, this could even be like for an anniversary or whatever. I'm not stamping any sayings on the inside. And you could, if you knew you wanted to do, you know, an anniversary card, a thank you card, and 2 birthday cards, or however you want to do it. You do it. This is just how I did it. I just wanted them kind of generic because, again, I'm going to give this as a gift to someone, and so I want them to be able to use the cards for what they need them for. And so another dimensionals on that. And then I just did a little bow out of some pink satin ribbon, and you could use any ribbon that you have for that, because that is not Stampin' Up, so I don't have like any item number or anything on that. It was just in my junk. Okay. Oh, I just kind of messed it up. These bows are tricky to make sit right. And then I'm putting that at the top of the wreath. Like that. So this one's really probably the girliest or the most shabby chic, I would say. And so that's that one. And what did I do? Oh, envelope. So there we have 1, whoops, 2, 3, and 4. I really like the way this one turned out. I love that. Like that. Okay, and then those will all go inside of that envelope that I made. And you know, you could use just, you know, a regular, I think they sell these in plain colors too if you don't want to make one out of your paper. And you could do that. And I haven't come up with how I'm going to do the closure for it. And I'll kind of let you guys decide how you would want to do it. I may just stick it down, or I may put like an eyelet there and there and some kind of ribbon. And then I wanted to put this on the front since I didn't do that, and I'm just going to glue it because I really want it to stick since it's the front of the envelope. I don't want it going anywhere. So it stinks when you give somebody a gift and you go to all the work and you make tags and stuff, and then you end up like losing the tags and transport or whatever. Maybe it's just me. But so I just want that to really stick on there. So I think that's a very pretty gift to give someone, and very nice because then they have some gifts to give other people in the form of the cards. So I hope you all have an awesome day. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. If you have comments or questions, please don't hesitate to put them down below. Have a great day. Bye.